I'm going to take you on a tour of Gary's hydroponic garden. This is the first time that I've really done any serious gardening, let alone hydroponics, and it's working out pretty well. I know what I'm going to do differently next year. This garden was started approximately 2 months ago when my sister Gail and her fiance Trey came in to visit. That was about the time I started. The first thing I did was I built this tube, PVC. You see I've capped it on both ends and put it up on 2 cedar 4x4s, wrapped metal around them so the raccoons can't shimmy their way up there. And then I've drilled holes in the tube and dropped pots down in there for the roots to go down. And you see each one of these tubes has a little way to get the nutrients to the plant through the hygroton or the lava rocks, and then the roots find their way down into the tube. This is cucumber here. I've got some lettuce, baby lettuce going here. This tomato plant is amazing. It almost died in the beginning, but it's now about 5.5 feet tall. Has lots of blossoms on it. These are the oldest tomatoes on it, but there are lots of blossoms. You can see there's another one there. We've already been eating chives. These have been trimmed a couple of times, and they got 3 pots of those. Got some bell pepper. This has struggled right now. It's like in the shadow of the tomato plant. And then we've already eaten off of the green beans. You can see there's a lot of green beans on these bush bean plants. I have 2 of those. There's a bunch of beans. We're about due to harvest those and start eating them. Some more chives, some more lettuce, and believe it or not, watermelon from 6 feet off the ground. I have 2 of those. I just put up trellis yesterday. So this is kind of a modified ebb and flow hydroponics water system, nutrient system. I've got a 14-gallon reservoir where I keep the nutrients. You can see nutrients. There's a pump down there. It pumps the nutrients through this tube that goes up into the, right there, goes up into the tube, pumps through that PVC, and then distributes it through all the small pipes, irrigation pipes, and then drains back down through the tube and back into the reservoir through a filter. Then here I have deep water or deep nutrient culture. I've got, you can see there's, that's supposed to be Roma tomato. That one doesn't look like a Roma tomato, but these do that are growing over here. So I've got 2 regular tomato plants, 2 cherry tomato plants, 1 Roma tomato plant, and these tomato plants are just going crazy. I don't know where to put all the vines. Then down here you can see I've got a little pot of herbs also growing in deep water. Let me see if I can show you here. Pull out this basil. You can see the roots growing on the basil. They just sit down in that nutrient solution. No dirt. And then I've got some banana peppers that are also growing in this deep water. Look at those roots on there. A couple more tomato plants. You can see cherry tomatoes are getting red. And then down here I've got an experiment going, which is, okay, this is in the dirt. You can see I've wired this with an electric type fence. You see the wire to keep the raccoons out because they're pretty pesky. So I've got artichoke growing in the dirt. There's cantaloupe. I don't know, it doesn't get much sun over here. That's also growing in the dirt. And while this looks like it's growing in dirt also, this is also deep water culture. You can see the water down there. I've got this reservoir buried in the dirt. And you can see it's pumping lots of oxygen to the roots. And you can see I've got climbing up this trellis, this squash, spaghetti squash, and it's just loving it. It's also growing in the deep water culture. There's regular pepper. You can see everything that's growing in the dirt does not look as healthy and as satisfied as the stuff growing in the hydroponics. There's another artichoke, a couple more cucumbers. Well, that's all to report now. See ya. Just one more thing I wanted to show you what's going on here with the nutrients. I hope you can see that. This pump kicks on every 20 minutes. I've just switched these over to bloom nutrients. So it runs the nutrients for 20 minutes and then shuts off for 20 minutes. And the roots are just laying in the bottom of this pipe, and they are just bathing and doing backstrokes in this nutrient solution that's just perfect pH and perfect balance of nutrients. That's all to report. Thanks.